Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, that belongs to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to my Akim, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Cub coming at you with another lesson. And today is actually going to be a repeat topic. We're going to be going back into the movie, The Book of Clarence. The Book of Clarence, which I had a conversation with some brothers about it again, or not again, but for the first time after I had seen the movie, and there were some aspects that I didn't notice. About it when I first saw it myself. I did notice some things, but there are some things I didn't fully take into account. First being how the depiction of most of the, I want to say people, because not necessarily Israelites, but the people there are the most accurate representation of who and what the people would be. So, and what that means is the Israelites did look like, the so-called black men of today, and the Romans being, Romans. Okay, so let me duplicate this tab real quick. So Roman. All right, today. All right, so basically, what the fuck? It's lock it. Anyway, yeah, basically you would get, Roman, the Romans that would look like, the so-called Edomites of today. All right, and there were so-called white people and there were so-called black people at that time, but YAHAWASHI wasn't a part of, or he wasn't, he wasn't a Roman. He wasn't, neither of his parents were Romans. They were both Israelites. So as a result, he would have looked like a so-called black man, or he would have looked like an Israelite, which are so-called black people. And that's one of the things that I'm actually very surprised that this movie got put out, because I'm surprised that this movie got put out because of how accurate the depiction was. And it's like there's another aspect of when the brother, I forgot what the brother's name is, the girl's brother who said basically said he owed me. This girl's brother said that Clarence owed him like what, 500. She owed her brother. The brother said that he owed her 500 pieces of silver or something like that. And then when even though he owed him that money, okay, even though there were people that just did not like Clarence and they had beef with him and whatnot, at the end of the day, or even better yet, with all the stuff that was going on, especially when the Romans came into play, and when Judas was selling out Clarence as a false as a Messiah, quote unquote. All right, and, which by the way I'm going to get into that as well. At the end of the day, the Israelites, okay, even the people that did not like Clarence, they still stood behind him and they backed him up when the Romans were trying to mess with him. All right, so that really just goes to show you that, like, even then, back then we were more unified than ever, because even though we had beef, and this is not this was all told to me by my brother. Even though we had beef with each other, even though we did not like one another, even though we freaking were at odds, butting heads or whatever, we still acknowledge that this is my brother, and I hate these niggas more than I hate my own brother. All right, so it did not matter how angry that they were, how wrong another brother did them, whereas, like, which in this case was Clarence basically owed owed the brother money, a lot of money or whatever, lost him a bunch of stuff, he still at the end of the day would have chosen to fight with Clarence, fight against the common enemy, which was Pontius Pilate, okay, rather than fight Clarence or allow Clarence to be killed by the Romans. All right. So basically, so as a result, that really goes to show as a matter of fact, Stan. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. And which basically means, let me see if there is another translation that actually. Okay, well, basically, yeah. In the NIV it says, "Do not do anything that endangers your neighbor's life." But basically, the main thing is just you don't let your brother that's in this truth die. Okay, like you can't just stand by and leave them. Even better, in the NLT, it says, "Do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. I am the Lord." So over here, we're not allowed to just allow something. You're not allow something bad to happen, allow anything evil to happen to our brother when our brother's life is threatened. And that's the thing. I'm not even gonna lie. For me personally, I would not have wanted to. What's the word? I would not have wanted. In that sense, of course, I would interfere if it was a brother in this truth, or an actual family member, or someone that I knew and actually cared about. But if it was just a random Jake on the street, then yeah, I wouldn't care. I would let whatever happen. But the thing is, for them at that time, it was a different thing, and they cared. They actually and genuinely cared for their brothers, just because they're all Israelites, and just because they understand who they are. Number one, they understand who they are. They understand the importance of sticking together and the power that they had of being unified. But the sad reality of today is that even when we're in a similar situation today, the only thing that's different is that we're not as unified, and you have Israelites, okay, which is a big difference from now and then. A bunch of Israelites, more Israelites that want to be either want to be Edomites, or they want to be a part of the society, and they are willing to forsake their heritage, forsake their identity, just to be a part of Esau's society. And this is a big loss to our power and unity. All right, because it would have been a lot easier. It would have been a lot easier if we had just we would be a lot stronger, a lot hard for them to do something, so to speak, or pull off the misdeeds that they want to do if we're not unified. Because the thing was, they were basically ready to fight them in the movie. And Clarence, he kept on trying to de-escalate the situation, but there was multiple, like the older brother and the and Barabbas, which was depicted as a better person in the movie, which is not accurate because basically Barabbas was it. Let me actually get it. Alright, so Barabbas. Alright, so here, this is it. This is wait, 6. So basically, at this time, when Yahawashi was brought into like the court, so to speak, they were saying that which of these people do you want to go free? We're gonna set one of these people free, either Yahawashi, who was, helping people, healing people, going around healing people, going around helping people, telling people to repent and whatnot. That's all, and that was his only crime. Which wasn't a crime. Like, he was just telling our people, to repent for the kingdom is at hand, as well as healing them. All right. So you want to set free this person that was healing people, or set free this notable criminal. Let me see. This criminal, which the purpose for them is the fact that everyone knew that Barabbas was very dangerous and very let me actually see Barabbas. Alright, so this is one of the things. It says Barabbas was a troublemaker, thief, and a murderer. Okay, anyway, basically, he had the general and that they said Barabbas, who is such a problem. Okay, do you really want us to let him? Here your two options are, set Yahawashi free, or let Barabbas, who is a troublemaker, a known troublemaker and very problematic, go free to go and continue to do the wickedness and evil that he was already caught doing before. All right, so this is what they were saying, and then people chose Yahawashi. So Barabbas, Barabbas being what he was in the movie, kind of inaccurate. So yeah, unless but it's just a movie, so it's like not trying to read too much into it. But that was just another thing. So another thing which was Judas. Okay, so the thing is, a lot of people tend to associate Judas with evil, wickedness, which what he did was evil. Okay, yes, there it is without a fact. He was wicked for that. But the thing that the movie did, which I think was pretty funny, not necessarily funny, but interesting, that a lot of people don't seem to really that they don't seem to really notice with Judas, was that Judas he'd really, number one, before he again, this is not my realization. This is all from what I heard and learned from, or noticed, after a brother had pointed them all out. All right. So what the brother had said was, one of the so for the first aspect was Judas. He he was battling a demon that was making him go off and sell Yahawashi out. So he didn't truly have his whole mind about him when he was doing it. They showed a scene where Yahawashi said, whoever dips the bread in the gravy, that is the person who betrayed me. And then Judas, even after hearing that, his hand was forcing him to go and do it. All right. In addition to that, there was also a time where there was also a scene in the movie where Judas was, talking to himself. Okay. And one side of him was saying, no, we can't betray Yahawashi. We can't do this. This is wrong. And then another side was basically saying, yes, we have to do it, that. And this is just basically over exaggeration, over simplification, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie. I don't remember exactly, and that was one of the things that I didn't fully pay attention to. So Yahawadah, I'm gonna actually watch the movie again, but that's one of the things that that happened. And the thing is, if we take from the scriptures, let me get this. Let me see. Bear with me. I'm gonna. Okay, let me just freaking. So 23 and 10. So, over here. So Judas, okay, in Matthew chapter 27, verse 3, then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, what is that to us? See thou to that. Verse 5, and he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself. Okay, so basically, out of guilt, Judas, out of guilt for selling out Yahawashi and allowing him to die, Judas hanged himself. So that's basically this is a testament to his remorse. But the thing is that it is prophesied, and while it's like I'm not trying to necessarily like justify it. I'm not justifying what he's doing. I'm just trying to point out the complexities in the fact that Judas, he did love Yahawashi just as the other disciples did, just as we do, or I guess I should speak for myself, but just as we do, okay, being in this truth, we do love Yahawashi, and we would like to think that we wouldn't betray him, but the thing is, it's just the unfortunate circumstance of, unfortunate circumstance of, there had to be a way that Yahawashi was going to be put to death, and it was prophesied that Yahawashi had to be put to death. That's the main thing. Okay, so Judas did have a demon on him, a very powerful demon that led him to do what he did at the end of the day. So that's sad reality of it. And that's the sad reality of it. And we can't really. There's nothing really much to say outside of that. It's just it was just prophecy that had to be fulfilled, and another aspect of it being the fact that Judas also had. There's also another piece of it where Judas was saying that Yahawashi had gotten soft, and in addition to that, he basically wanted to force Yahawashi's hand in order to, release the Romans' grip of power that was on the Israelites' neck. Judas basically wanted Yahawashi to fight against, the Romans, or lead the fight against the Romans in order to deliver the Israelites. But the sad thing is that it wasn't the time yet. It wasn't yet the time for Yahawashi to do that, and as a result, Yahawashi didn't fight back. All right, and like that's I'm again, like, you have to watch this movie. This movie is just too, like, it's very powerful in the sense that it shows so many different things, and when you have all these things in mind, when you're able to actually see all the stuff that's going on, the movie becomes that much more powerful in us attempting to understand why certain things are happening, and being able to see a bit more into number one what we look like, how we can actually relate to it, relate to the people, the Israelites that were actually in this truth. All right, as well as why certain people did certain things. Okay, well, again, I said this in the last Book of Clarence video I did, but also one thing I did not like was the whole stoner things. But maybe for some brothers that used to smoke, all right, it might relate to them, and it might be a good relating point, and it does kind of help relate to the Israelites of today a bit more. All right. So with that, I really hope this lesson was edifying. I hope you take the time out to definitely go watch the movie whenever you have the chance. Definitely top tier movie. I thought it was like okay, it was a 7 out of 10. Now I think it's a 10 out of 10 after all that I learned afterwards. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, Abad Babal, and Shalom.